from Stafford Chiropractic and Wellbeing, and Danielle Lisseur, our resident naturopath. Danielle, we're making a Vietnamese
salad. We are. So Vietnamese food in general is really, it's one of my favourite cuisines. It's very fresh food. So this is kind of a pretty common meal that I make at home. It's really easy to make. It really doesn't take long at all. You know, it does require, it looks like a fair few ingredients, but really they're really common ingredients that, you know, you can either be growing, you know, or, you know, they can pick up at Coles or Woolies or your local fruit and veg market, you know, depending on where you shop.
And we've got some, so it's gluten-free, obviously. We've got some seaweed noodles.
Yep, some kelp noodles. So kelp noodles are great because especially if you're on a paleo diet or if you're trying to avoid grains, you know, you're not having your rice noodles there. The kelp noodles are excellent. They're really easy in your digestive system and full of nutrients, full of iodine. So they're really, really a good substitute for you, say, your vermicelli or your other rice noodles.
Excellent. So will I make a start with, so it's some chicken breast I'm going to cook up to throw into this?
Yep, so it's a chicken Vietnamese salad. So we've just cut up some chicken over here. We've made it nice and flat just so it doesn't take too long to cook.
So you just cut that in half, didn't
yeah,
you?
just cut it straight in half. And just straight onto the pan with some coconut oil. It's really quite simple. If you're a bit of a salt lover, just crack a little bit of salt in there and you're on your way. So while that's cooking, we can actually start preparing the rest of the dish. So throw that on. So you can put a lid on it so it doesn't splatter oil everywhere and leave it be. So we'll start off with your kelp noodles. So you basically just need to sit these in water for about 15 minutes before you actually serve them. Okay, they'll just soften up. They've got a little bit of a crunch to them. They've got a really good texture about them. So we've got some kelp noodles there. We then like to have some bean sprouts, again, just for more of a crunch. And bean sprouts are also really highly nutritious. Anything that's sprouted will contain generally more nutrients than anything that's not, just because it's in that growing process. So it does increase the amount of nutrients within that sprout. We've then got some cucumber that we've just chopped up there. I mean, you can chop these ingredients up however you like. It's completely up to you. This is a nice, easy way to eat the food. I've then just peeled some carrots. Alrighty, so carrots again, full of vitamin A there, nice crunchy ingredients, really fresh ingredients.
And peeling's a little bit better nutrition-wise?
Yeah, so if you actually peel carrots, you're actually going along the fibres and it just improves the nutrients that you get, because as soon as we cut into food, the nutrients start to deteriorate. And with carrots, you'll notice they are quite fibrous vegetables, and if you're going down the fibres, it just maintains those nutrients a little bit more. Alrighty, so that's really it in terms of what the bulk of the meal is. The rest is really, you know, the chicken and what's in that dressing. Alrighty, so I've prepared a little bit of turmeric and ginger here. So we've just grated up some ginger and some turmeric. Now these two are great anti-inflammatory foods. A lot of your spices are, but turmeric in particular is one of the best anti-inflammatory spices you can actually put into your body. We're using a lot of the powdered stuff, you know, these days, but the fresh stuff just gives you all the oils and the extra nutrients.
And you have a little trick there with the spoon, with the turmeric, which is cool.
So when you're trying to, a lot of people will chop, you know, will slice or will chop the skin off the turmeric or ginger. No need. You simply need to get the spoon and just peel that skin away. Obviously, the fresher the ginger and the turmeric, or the younger the root is, the more easily that skin will come off. You know, if your turmeric or your ginger's been sitting in your fridge for a little longer, it might just be a little bit tougher. Alrighty, once you've done that, it's literally just a matter of grating that in.
Those little planes are great, aren't they?
Yeah, so good. Alrighty, so the rest is really in the dressing. Now, Vietnamese style dressings are really fresh. They use a lot of herbs and spices. So like I said, we'll start off with your ginger and your turmeric. I just like to throw everything just in a jar, just a quick tip. If you put it in a jar, you don't need to, you know, blend it all together. You literally just shake it all up at the end and it mixes everything together for you. How's that chicken going, Alan?
You're getting there.
Alright. So I've just got a pinch of chilli here. You can use the fresh stuff by all means, and however much really to your flavouring. Okay, we'll put a little bit in there. Now we've got some lime juice. You can use lemon, absolutely fine. So have you got a squeezy thing?
A little one of these, maybe.
Yeah, perfect. Do you mind just doing that one for me? Perfect. Alright, we've got some coriander as well. Alright, You can also use the roots. Many people don't know this, but you can actually use the roots of coriander. It's actually a much stronger part of the herb, and it creates a much deeper flavour. All good?
Do 2 of those?
Yeah, yep. Thank you. Might just grab this knife. Okay, you can just roughly cut up the coriander. No need to be sophisticated with these dressings. Okay, straight in it goes. Now I've got a little bit of tamari here. Now tamari tastes very similar to soy sauce, and that's because it is very similar to soy sauce. It just doesn't have all the extra garbage that soy sauce has. It's much more of a pure substance. It's literally just a soybean with a pinch of salt, sometimes a little bit of oil or something like that, but usually it's just the 2 ingredients.
It's gluten-free too, isn't it?
It's also gluten-free, yeah. So a lot of people also don't realise that soy sauce does usually contain gluten. Okay, a lot of your dressings do.
Yeah.
So it was about a tablespoon of tamari, okay. Then I've just got a little bit of coconut oil. So it's probably 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil here. All right. And some sweetness. So we've got some raw bush honey here. All right, and again, sweetness is completely up to you as to how sweet you like your food. Probably 1 to 1.5 tablespoons will be plenty, but it's completely up to you. Alrighty, so like I said, in a jar, so we can just shake it all up. It takes much less time doing it this way. Give your arm a little bit of a workout if you haven't done anything. Alright. Now, some people strain this out so you don't get all the bits of coriander, and I think that just adds to it. I don't strain anything really. If there's any raw material of a whole food and anything, keep it in there. You're just going to get more of that nutrients. Alright, so chicken's ready.
Yep, I've got one. I'm not sure about the second, so we'll just go with the first one first.
If you wanted to slice that up into little strips, perfect. Okay, so basically with your chicken, cut that up, throw it on top. Again, you can have this all in a bowl, completely up to you how you want to eat it. If you've got kids and they're a bit picky and they want to just pick a different thing, separating it all is, much easier for them. So while Alan's doing that, you want some fresh mint leaves as well. That chicken can just go straight on the plate there for me.
Still pretty hot, but...
Yeah, that's fine. So these mint leaves are straight out of the garden. You should smell the fragrance, is incredible.
Yeah, I love herbs that grow like weeds.
Oh,
Mincing,
they
for
do,
example.
yeah. Perfect. So obviously you can use other meats for this as well. Chicken's just a relatively neutral meat in the sense that it's not very acidic to the body like red meat can be. It's a little bit easier for your body to digest as well.
It's still a little bit pink, that one, so I'll throw that back on in a bit.
Yep. Alrighty. So once you've just broken up some mint leaves there, okay, pile that chicken on, that's great. It's literally just a matter, let's quickly taste that one. Perfect. Pouring it all over your salad. And then to finish off, that is it. One of the most delicious meals, honestly. I would have this every night of the week if I could. It's super fresh, super nutritious. You've got your protein, your vegetables, a little bit of carbohydrates and your kelp noodles there, and you're set to go.
Beautiful.